Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Sioux Falls man is behind bars accused of shooting at a woman last week. Police were called to an apartment on the southeast side of the town just after 2 o'clock last Tuesday morning.
Court documents say the property manager saw a man going up to the apartment she was having issues with. Police say when she yelled that no one was there, the man pulled out a gun and fired several shots.
Her car was struck at least one time by a bullet, and then the suspect ended up leaving. A short time after that, we had a report from somebody else that had apparently been in the vehicle and said that that was their vehicle and had now been stolen.
Court documents say 6 shell casings were found outside the apartment. 30-year-old Anthony Jewett appeared in court Monday afternoon.
A judge set his bond at $100,000 cash only.
The highway was shut down for several hours in southeastern South Dakota after a semi started on fire. Last night around 9:45, officials with the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office were called to Highway 11 south of Garrettson for that fire.
It started when a semi's trailer had a tire blowout. The tire sparked enough to start the trailer on fire. The driver attempted to unhook from the trailer, but the smoke was too thick. Nobody was injured.
Neighbors filed a lawsuit against the state of South Dakota following the 2023 announcement that a rural tract of Lincoln County between Harrisburg and Canton was planned to be the future home of a new men's prison.
A judge dismissed the lawsuit, but the neighbors filed an appeal. Now the case will go before the state's highest court. That brings us to today, when you'll be able to listen in on KELOLAND.com this morning. We're live streaming the oral arguments made before the state Supreme Court in this case.
Now let's head over to the KELOLAND Live Doppler Storm Center for a check of this morning's weather.
Good morning, Perry. It's Scott. Waves to me. We are looking at an above average day. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Winds will increase from the northwest at 15 to 30 miles per hour. High of 57 today in Aberdeen, 55 in Watertown, 60 in Sioux Falls and Pierre, 60 in Rapid City. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. In 2021, the age to get screened for colorectal cancer got pushed from 50 to 45.
Dan Nesvold was 47 at that time and decided to wait until he turned 50. He and his doctor agreed that a Cologuard would be a good fit for him.
Cologuard is a good test for patients at average risk of colon cancer. That means they don't have any signs or symptoms of colon cancer, any bleeding, and don't have any family history of colon cancer, and do not have any genetic predispositions to cancer syndromes.
The Cologuard's findings led to a colonoscopy, which revealed cancer. Thanks to the early detection, the cancer was removed and Nesvold is doing preventative chemotherapy.
The local boxing community is reflecting upon the legacy of George Foreman, the 2-time heavyweight champion who died Friday at the age of 76.
Trainers at the 605 Boxing Gym in T say Foreman was the last man standing from boxing's golden age of heavyweights.
Between him, Frazier, and Muhammad Ali, they really set what I would say is the cornerstones for heavyweight boxing and pro boxing in general. Our gym really looks up to people like that.
While today's boxers never saw Foreman in his prime, many of them have watched old footage of him in the ring and used that for motivation to further their own careers.
Firefighters in the Black Hills say Smokey Bear may have some competition for the face of wildfires. What's being called the Cub Fire was reported northeast of Silver City just after 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Authorities named it the Cub Fire because a mountain lion was seen up in a tree to get away from the fire.
The fire was burning in steep, rocky terrain. Crews were able to contain the fire to under a half acre.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Weather today. Well, it looks pretty pleasant out there. Temperatures are back to the 50s and low 60s, but be mindful, fire danger is still high. It doesn't go away, but it is, at least at this time, below red flag warning criteria. So we have that, but we still got to be aware of what can happen on days like today, where it's in the 50s and 60s, and the wind, too, picks up northwest, a good solid 15 to 30 miles per hour East River here. But not a lot going on radar. Everything that's happening this morning in the west, it looks like that'll kind of dissipate. Then tomorrow, looks like another mainly dry weather day. I think warming too. Temperatures are returning to the 70s in southwest and south central South Dakota. Sioux Falls probably in the mid 60s tomorrow. Then we're going to watch and see if we can sprout some spring-like scattered showers in the southeast here Wednesday night, early Thursday. That little bit of moisture being triggered by a warm front, which will definitely live up to its name because temperatures on Thursday are even warmer. It looks like highs will be back to the 70s, and we're not done. We're going to continue this trend as we get into your Friday forecast. In fact, Sioux Falls, it looks like on Friday afternoon, we do have a chance of getting to a record high. Let's see what that looks like here. If you look at the maps carefully on Friday, notice that patch of red. Yeah, that's almost hot weather, isn't it? We've got 80s from Sioux Falls to Sioux City. Now, keep in mind that that's Friday's forecast, and it's not going to last. In fact, the contrast getting into the weekend is really looking pretty impressive. I think we could go from that level to something resembling 30s Saturday afternoon if the correct modeling data comes in and it's just, pointing at that. Big contrast. We'll see how far of a reach we can get here. Probably going to end up with some showers and thunderstorms in clusters here. It's still a very early forecast on determining how much rain or snow and where that's going to happen here across the northern plains. This is just a sample of the latest breakdown, which this has been waffling, not surprisingly. It does that this time of year, especially as we struggle with these big swings in weather. But the concept is there of some rain swinging through. There'll be some snow on the backside. Don't forget, too, that this system will probably come out in two pieces. So whatever happens on the front flank of it, that's one thing. But then there's this Sunday, and that's another patch of snow in Nebraska. So you really can't take anything off the table at this point on a Tuesday. So our best advice, keep watching the weather. It is late March, and it tends to do that this time of year. 60 today, though, pretty uniform temperature across most of South Dakota, from Sioux Falls to Rapid City, and low 50s there in Sisseton. As we wrap things up, so we're going to go up the temperature scale tomorrow, mid 60s in Sioux Falls, a morning shower or sprinkle on Thursday with a high near 70, and then low 80s Friday before those chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms hit the region, with falling temperatures on Saturday. That 50, honestly, is just a placeholder. It's not going to necessarily be 50 Saturday afternoon. In fact, arguably, what probably really will happen on Saturday is we'll hit a high very early Saturday morning when most of us are sleeping, and then the numbers are going to fall, and they'll just keep going downhill all day long. So that's the most accurate picture to paint here on Saturday. Aberdeen, too, you're in the thick of this. A chance of rain. Could end up with some snow, but let's be generic on that accord right now. We're not ready to get specifics here yet, but we do want to draw that temperature contrast from Friday and then the weekend being much different. Pierre and Rapid, you're in the same boat here. We're going to go from 60s and 70s ahead of the storm, and then Rapid City, too, looking at a pretty big drop there. Easily could get snow in the Black Hills. More coverage. We've got information about this system online at KELOLAND.com.